Class of 2020, it is my privilege and honor to address you today. You have been a class that has supported each other, that has come alongside of each other, helped each other overcome challenges and obstacles throughout your career. We've seen it in the classroom, in art, music, and athletics. In part of my research, I've learned that as sixth graders, you went to Camp New Hop. And it made me excited because when I was a teacher, I taught sixth grade and I took my students to Camp New Hop. And I used to tell my sixth grade students a story that I think will resonate with you today. As a boy, my family and I, we would go to Kings Island. And at that time, Kings Island was like the roller coaster park in the state of Ohio, believe it or not. And we had gone, I was little, and we got in line to go on the racers, the roller coaster, and found out I was finally tall enough that I could actually ride it. And so I was excited with my dad, I'm gonna ride this roller coaster. And my dad likes to tell the story that when we got on the roller coaster, we pulled out of that little boarding station and turned the corner. And he said, you know, I looked up and I saw that hill and my eyes got as big as saucers, right? Just petrified. And we went, rode the whole thing, and by the time we got done, I got off. He said I was shaking, tears coming down my cheeks, and I'm like, I'm never, ever riding a roller coaster again. No way, right? And so it's a fun family story, but it goes on. When I got to sixth grade, I was part of a church and a youth group, and one day the youth pastor had announced that, hey, we're going to Kings Island, and all the youth were like, yeah, we're gonna ride roller coasters, we're gonna go. And I was like, okay, we're going to Kings Island, okay, we'll see. And all summer long, you know, they're kind of pumping it up, and all summer long I was very non-committal. I was like, maybe I'll ride a roller coaster, maybe I won't, we'll see. And so I went with my friends, and actually got in line to ride a roller coaster a couple of times, but both times it started getting close, and then it's like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom, I'm taking off, and I go out the back, and never came back. And by the end of the day, they figured out I was not riding the roller coasters, right? And of course, they made fun of me, you know, and said things, and it kind of hurt a little bit, but not too bad. It was not worth riding the roller coasters that day. But as I rode home that night, I do remember this though. I heard them telling stories in the back about riding the roller coasters. And I felt a sincere feeling of regret, like, man, maybe I wish I'd tried. Maybe if I just had tried and rode the roller coaster. But then I thought, some people just are not roller coaster people, and maybe I'm one of those folks. I'm just not gonna be a roller coaster person. But the feeling never went away because the stories never went away. Now in sixth grade, it felt like I always heard about the roller coasters, and I'm sure that's far an exaggeration, but you start the first day of school and teachers ask, hey, how was your summer? And everybody's like, it was great, we went to Kings Island, and teachers, oh, did you ride the roller coasters? And everybody's like, yeah, and I'm like, no. And then you get to New Year's and everybody's, hey, how was the year? And, oh, it was awesome, this summer we went to Kings Island, rode the roller coasters, and there I am again going, I went to Kings Island, I did not ride the roller coasters. And, but I made some friends that year. That would have been my seventh grade year. I played football, I wrestled, and I had one particular friend, Chuck, and Chuck actually joined the church where I was, and we were in youth group in the spring, and the pastor announced, hey, we're going to go to Kings Island this summer, and everybody's like, yeah, and all those things, and I was just again like, oh no, not again, right? And Chuck, my friend, was kind of like all excited too, so I didn't think much of it, but I wrestled in my mind, like, am I going to do this, am I not? Am I going to be a roller coaster person or not? And as we got closer to Kings Island, it was like a countdown that just caused me a ton of stress, right? There's like 2 weeks till Kings Island, 1 week, 5 days. And I remember the night before, I couldn't even sleep. Seeing the clock at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so nervous. I get in a van to go down to Kings Island, and I was quiet because I'm just wrestling in my mind. Am I gonna do this or not? And just sitting, staring out the window. And Chuck finally nudges me and is like, hey, what's wrong? What's going on with you? And I said, I'm just gonna be honest with you, Chuck. I said, I'm really nervous. I don't know if I'm gonna ride these roller coasters or not. I want to, but it just makes me so nervous. And downright I was afraid, right? And so he's like, me too. I said, wait, no way, you're afraid? I I thought you cheered. And he goes, well, I've never rode in a roller coaster. I don't know, but I'm nervous. And so we were talking the whole way down the rest of the way. And we're coming up with a plan, like, how are we gonna do this? We really wanna do it. And we decided, okay, here's the plan. We're gonna start with the smallest little roller coaster, right? Called the Beastie at the time. And we're gonna ride that. And if it's fun, we'll try one more if we like it. And so we get there, we have our plan. I haven't been to Kings Island in years. I don't know if it's still the same way, but we go into this gift shop and we go in and immediately sneak out the back door, and there's this little like kid park. I think it was called Hanna-Barbera Land. I don't quite remember exactly, but I think it was Hanna-Barbera Land, and it's got the Beastie, right? And we go and we see it, and it's like, that's not intimidating. We weren't afraid at all. So we get on it and we ride it, and it was fun. And you know, little kids don't start with the Beastie, so we wind up riding that thing like 5 times because you could hop off and get right back in line and get right back on it. And we're like, wow, that was awesome. And then we start seeing some of the littler kids coming up, and we're like, okay, we gotta get out of here. And I think the next roller coaster we were gonna try, I think it was called the Corkscrew. It's just this coaster that just kind of went down, you did a loop, went up, and then you went backwards, did a loop and right back up. And we tried that one, and same thing. So nervous before we got on, but it was so fun. And we just kept doing that then all day long, right? Trying another roller coaster. It was fun, so we kept going, supporting each other. Because at times we're both like, you know, I'm exhausted. I think I'm done for the day. We're like, well, let's try it one more. We'll just do one more. So we get to the end of the day, and it's the Beast, right? The Beast, at least at that time, was the fastest, longest wooden roller coaster in the country or in the States, something like that. And so they had these signs. We get in line at night, and they have these signs. I don't know if you've been there or not, but the signs are like, you know, you've entered the domain of the Beast. And that kind of stuff actually didn't bother me that much. The one that bothered me was those health signs. Like you get up and they're up to the close, and then they have the sign that says, you know, do not ride this roller coaster if you have a heart condition, if you feel ill today. So immediately you're like, I think I have a heart condition right now, you know, so you just are nervous, like I'm not doing this, but we kept supporting each other. We got on that Beast, we rode it, we got off and we high-fived. We had a blast and we conquered our fear. I remember we went down, we're coming off, and we saw the rest of the students that had gone with us, and they were like, did you guys ride that? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, we're getting in line to ride it. Do you want to go with us? And we were like, yes, you know? And so we got in line with them, and then suddenly, like, we were like the cool kids because we were riding the Beast twice in one day. And so it was just incredible, this change, how just 12 hours before I felt isolated, I was alone, nervous, downright fearful, and my buddy comes alongside and says, hey, let's just do this together. And we did. And 12 hours later, I felt like king of the world. We had overcome it together. And that's how I would end my story with my 6th graders before we went to Camp New Hop. I would tell them that story to say, as you go to Camp New Hop, you're gonna face challenges like the ropes course and things of that nature. Support each other. Come alongside of each other in a healthy way to help each other get through those challenges that you want to try. You just may need that little extra help to get you to it. And I thought that's where the story ended. But my brother gave me a call just a few months ago. No joke, gives me a call and says, hey Dan, you remember Dave from youth group? And yeah, of course. He goes, well, he gave a sermon about a month ago and I just heard it and he talks about you in the sermon. I go, he does? And he's like, yeah. So I get online, I bring it up, and there's my buddy Dave talking about, he's doing something about like his best summers ever. In this particular case, he's talking about the summer where he rode roller coasters. And he shared in his sermon, he goes, we were in youth group and the pastor said, hey, we're going to Kings Island, and everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna ride roller coasters. And Dave was like, yeah, not me. He goes, but my buddy, they called me Danny back then. He goes, my buddy Danny White comes over and he's like, hey Dave, I was afraid last year, but I had a buddy help me. I'm gonna do the same thing for you. We're gonna get it. I got a plan. And Dave went on, shared a little bit about the plan, shared how, you know, we went in to Kings Island, went into the gift shop, out the back door, in the Hanna-Barbera Land, and got a good laugh. And we did the Beastie together, and we rode all the roller coasters together the whole way through the day, finishing with the Beast. And I totally forgot that part of the story. I would tell my sixth graders all about how Chuck had come and helped me, but I forgot about the following summer, I did that with Dave. And then a part of the story I never knew, Dave shared that he had another younger friend named Sean. The next year, same thing, was afraid, and Dave said, hey, Danny and I, we did this plan last year and it worked and I loved it, and you and I are gonna do the same thing. And he shared how he and Sean rode the roller coaster together a year later. And I sat there and listened to that, and I thought, that's our Keystone family. That's our students. When they have challenges, when they have obstacles, they come together, they work together, support each other, and find ways to overcome in a healthy and in a great way. This year didn't end like we wanted it to, but the way we have supported each other, the way you have come together and overcome this is going to create stories that are going to last with you for years, for your life, as you come together and remember how you overcame all the obstacles and challenges you faced as students throughout your school career, and especially these last few months. And you will add to the stories about those great things you're going to do in the next chapter of your life. Keystone Class of 2020, we are so proud of you. You've done a great job. We look forward to hearing those great stories in the future.
Hello everyone. First, I'd like to say congratulations to my classmates. I am so proud of each of you. I know that these are not the circumstances we wanted to be in for our graduation, but that's okay. We made it here anyway. We will be the only class with this story. And through these trying times, we will come out stronger. We know what it's like to persevere in uncomfortable situations, and we know what it's like to survive when the world gets shut down. There are lots of memories we wish to continue, and lots of events we wished we went to, and lots of traditions we wanted to continue. It's okay to be sad and to miss these things, but remember the times we cherish as a class. I am so thankful for the years and experiences we have to reflect on. I wish we were able to be here together to share this moment, to be able to laugh, hug, and enjoy each other's company. Although physical distance may not be ideal for a day like today, we can still be together in spirit, and we will always be able to hold this day as special. Next, I'd like to thank the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the guardians, and even the older siblings for raising us through this time. A period in which we are impressionable and ever growing. You took the time to care for us and constantly encourage us. Thank you for holding our hands before the bus came on the first day of school, for telling us that outfit we thought was so cute in middle school maybe just wasn't that cool. And thank you for hounding us to get our homework done, for dragging us to sports practices, and for constantly encouraging us to work on our passions. Thank you for pushing us and motivating us to strive for more. We would not be the students and the young adults we are now without you. Thank you for being wonderful examples as we enter into our adult lives. I'd like to also thank the staff of Keystone High School. Each and every one of you have had a role into getting us to this day. You have always been there for us to teach, to guide, to love, and develop us into young adults. I have always admired my teachers for their work ethic and dedication to their students. I have never seen so much love and compassion poured out to students than I see from the Keystone staff. The graduates obviously would not be here without you, but your impacts go deeper than the lesson. Oftentimes, the most important thing taught in the class is not the actual material, but the life lessons that went along with it. So on behalf of the class of 2020, we are so thankful for you and the hard work you have dedicated to us for the past 13 years. And to the graduates, take a deep breath. We've made it. We've waited for this day, for this moment for years now, and now that it's here, I'm sad to see it go. We have worked hard and pushed ourselves. We've had long nights and dedicated hours and hours of time to getting to this point. So I think we should all be proud of ourselves and of each other because we made it. Now is not the time for regrets or for wishing we could go back. Now is the time we can look back at all the memories we have together and hold on to those. During the middle of my senior year, I struggled to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I am sure I am not alone in this feeling. I was feeling stuck and I did not know what career path I wanted to take. I came across this quote one night and it put everything right into perspective for me. It follows. If you are drawn to it, attack it, get obsessed with it, and conquer it. It does not matter if you think you can do it or not. I think all of us graduates can apply this to our lives. Whatever your goals are, whatever your hopes are, whatever your dreams are, chase it, work for it, and want it. We are not young forever, so go now, push yourself now, and fail now. We are just starting the race of life, so you make it what you want it to be. It's up to you. Graduating is not just a completed goal, instead it's a part of the larger journey of life. And we have our entire futures ahead of us, so let it take you somewhere. Thank you, class of 2020.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Disa Regal, and it is an honor to be given the opportunity to speak to all of you. I would like to give a warm welcome to all the family, friends, and staff members who are here to celebrate the class of 2020. On behalf of my class, I would like to thank each and every one of you for your endless support and for the countless ways you have helped to get us to this day. To my fellow classmates, I want to say congratulations. After 4 years, we can finally say that we are high school graduates. 13 years ago, we started kindergarten. It was a time when school was much easier, and our biggest concern was what color crayon we wanted to use. Ever since that first day of kindergarten, all those years ago, we have worked towards and dreamed of this moment. Over the years, we have watched as our family and friends and all the classes before us walked across the stage and received their diploma and moved on to the next part of their lives. We have imagined the way our own graduation would play out, from the moment when we receive our own diploma to the moment when we celebrate with our family and friends. We have eagerly and maybe even a little impatiently been waiting for it, and now here it is. Our graduation, however, did not occur in the way that we imagined it would. We all hoped to have a more traditional graduation where we could all be together to celebrate. But even though our graduation is different, it does not make all that we have accomplished any less momentous. Every one of us has made it to this day, and it is a tremendous achievement. And today is still a day to celebrate all that. There is a quote by Oprah I believe can be applied to this situation. If you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. This is not the ending any of us wanted. But instead of focusing on what we missed out on, look back on all those great memories that were made over the years. Each one of us has created our own personal memories we will carry with us to the next part of our life. When we look back on our time here at Keystone, we will remember the friendships that we made, those special teachers that made an impact on our life, or something as simple as a notable event that happened over the years. Even if we do not have a traditional graduation, we will always have these memories for years to come. Many of us have been here at Keystone to make these memories since that first day of kindergarten 13 years ago. Some of us, myself included, came here sometime within the last 13 years. When I came here at the end of middle school, I remember being absolutely terrified. I was nervous to leave everything I was used to and start over at a school where I knew almost no one. Being known as the new kid was unquestionably terrifying. I cannot tell you a single thing that happened that first day. I was so overwhelmed. However, coming here to Keystone ended up being one of the best things to happen to me. I ended up making friendships I will carry with me for the rest of my life, along with the memories I have made over the years. Now we are all on to the next part of our lives, whether it is to college, a trade school, the army, or straight into a career. We are all going to be the new kid in this next step in our lives, and as scary as that seems, change can end up being a spectacular thing. Congratulations again to all of you, and I want to wish you all good luck on the next part of your life.
When I imagined this day, this certainly is not what came to mind. We left school on Friday, March 13th, many of us excited at the idea of an extended spring break, oblivious to the fact that this would be our final day of high school. There was no way of knowing that we would never again walk the halls as students, that we would never get to attend our senior prom or participate in the traditional graduation commencement that many of us had been looking forward to for so long. There would be no award ceremonies, no end-of-year activities, no proper send-off from the sports or clubs that we participated in throughout the years. I feel the loss of these things is amplified by the fact that we were unaware that we had done so many things for the last time. The end was unceremonious and unexpected, and we didn't have the time to fully appreciate what would later come to be known as the finale of our senior year. Even now, the uncertainty is still there, and it's hard to see what the situation will be in weeks or even months from now. It all serves as a very potent reminder not to take things for granted, even the mundane and unimpressive. Most of the time, I was less than ecstatic to get up in the morning and go through a full day of school, but now I cannot say what I wouldn't give to do it again one last time. You never really know when something could be gone forever, so cherish what you have when you have it. In times like these, this especially holds true for those around you. Let your loved ones know that you care, and make sure they feel appreciated at any chance you get. Might be a good idea to hold off on any hugs for a while though. Although the disappointment is understandable, it goes without saying that everything is being done for the protection of our health and well-being. I extend my gratitude to the parents and staff members who have worked and continue to work tirelessly to ensure the senior class receives the recognition it deserves, while still prioritizing the safety of the students and their families. Luckily, we are part of an amazing community that will not let us go forgotten. I find it a little ironic that in a time where we're all forced to distance ourselves and stay apart, we have never been more united. We're all together in our experience, which I think can be pretty easy to forget without much exposure to the outside world. It's important to remember that this is not exclusive to a family, to our school, to our state, or even to our country. This is a global event. All of humanity is focused on a single problem, a common goal, and the burden is shared among us all. That is what gives me hope for the future, because when we are together, there's nothing we as people can't accomplish. So make sure to continue to do your part and take into account the health and safety of those around you. Whether they be close friends or complete strangers, we're all in this together, and it's crucial to offer support and appreciation, lifting others up whenever possible. We may be apart, but we are not alone. As we make the transition to the next chapter of our lives, there is value to be found in our current situation. We're old enough to understand the gravity of the current circumstances, while still being young enough to be under the protection of our guardians, keeping us from being lost and out on our own. Emotionally, financially, and otherwise. While we may be too young to necessarily be severely affected by the virus itself, we are old enough to learn from its effects and take those lessons with us. As we begin our adult lives in the midst of a global emergency, it can be said that we'll now be able to easily handle any problem that comes our way. This will pass eventually, and it will instill in us strength, stability, mindfulness, and courage as we emerge into a new world. There is nothing we won't be able to overcome. While we may have missed out on our final high school memories, this is a unique experience that only happens once in a generation. We are witnessing history in the making so early in our lives. This is our final test, and it will do more than enough to prepare us for what's to come. Nothing can hold us back from the amazing things that we're destined for, and this proves that. The class of 2020 will not be forgotten. This is not the last time we'll make history.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epic of belief, it was the epic of incredulity. It was a season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. This quote by Charles Dickens from his novel, A Tale of Two Cities, kept creeping to the forefront of my mind as I prepared to write my thoughts for what I wanted to say to the class of 2020. Our seniors have had so many memories, events, and plans altered, crushed, stolen from them during this pandemic, yet they have remained resolute and have indeed moved forward time and time again. To say that they have endured is an understatement. I have no doubt that they will be the change we want so desperately to see in the world today. Our 2020 graduates have earned nearly $500,000 in scholarships for furthering their education. Over $43,000 of that money came from local scholarships given by the Keystone Scholarship donors. I would once again like to thank those donors that give so generously every year so that our students continue down the path of excellence. Keystone School District has had a long-standing partnership with Lorain County Community College. This school year, 104 Keystone students have earned 1,700 college credits, saving families $290,000. This equates to almost $700,000 they would have paid if they had taken those same classes at a four-year university. Over the past 5 years, Keystone students have earned 4,960 college credits, saving families $866,000 in Lorain County Community College costs. This equates to saving more than $2 million at an Ohio university. I am proud that in my time at Keystone High School, we have added college level courses every year that are taught by our own Keystone teachers on site at Keystone. We currently offer 19 college classes at Keystone and 6 advanced placement classes in addition to all of our honors classes. This class is to be commended for their academic efforts as we have 24 National Honor Society members and 3 National Technical Honor Society members represented in our senior class. There are also 21 students receiving an honors diploma. This distinction will be noted on their diploma, and they are wearing a gold cord. You might also notice that several students will be wearing a red, white, and blue cord. These represent the students that have chosen to enlist in the armed forces and defend our country. I want to take this moment and thank them for their commitment to the United States of America. To all the wonderful men and women that have worked for the Keystone Local School District, I send you a heartfelt thanks. I know how much you care, how hard you have worked, and how much you have worried about all the students you have encountered on their journey to this day. It has not always been easy, but it has always been worth it. Thank you for your dedication in helping our young people find success every day. Now, for the part you've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. the chance to hear your child's name called as a graduate of Keystone Local Schools.
Nathaniel Lucas Adams. Delaney Marie Adams. Curtis Evan Bacci. Alyssa Marie Bolowski. Faith Linda Brasky. Jillian Nicole Blankenship. Alyssa Jean Orangina. Alexis Marie Bowen. Madison Brianne Bradford. Caitlin Elizabeth Bradford. Joe Elias Butcher. Nicole Gabriella Carrier. Emerald Rose Chmielewski. Wesley Lane Chin. Nicholas Stephen Compton. Craig Bradley Coffey. Bryce Robert Corley. Abigail Marie Cragen. Alyssa Wilder Cruz. Stephen Jacob Kroll. Paige Marie Dillon. Zoe Corinne Dubislav. Zachary Logan Dudek. Charles Eugene Dupuy. Thomas Fedak. Joseph Ryan Gahn. Elijah James Gibson. Courtney Brian Gunter. Brandy William Harder. Beck Lee Hahn. Kirsten Bailey Hennis. Madison Nicole Hetzler. Jordan Scott Hill. Aaliyah Marie Hackenroth. Jenna Marie Hoffman. Victoria Lynn Curley. Emma Christine James. Grace Margaret James. Logan Paul Keener. William Harris Keener. Mariah Cheyenne Kinkoff. Gemini Marie Clesta. Georgia Grace Milton. Justin Michael Lamoda. Jared William LaPointe. Caitlin Jean Likes. Brianna Marie Lindsay. Roberts Allen Lower. Jesse Allen Londo. Jennifer Elizabeth McDonald. Marley Joe McNulty. Emma Grace Miller. Anna Danielle Millsap. Angelina Brianne Minnesota. Cameron Paige Minnie. Shayla Nicole Mitchell. Kelsey Nicole Anya. Megan Colleen Murtha. Dylan Matthew Naylor. Samantha Elaine Nelson. Braden Blake Norris. Gavin Glenn Norris. Aaron Scott Murray. Madeline Paige O'Connor. Samantha Faith Kapagna. Cameron Ann Fack. Dylan Patrick Pinkerton. Zachary Joseph Poyman. Bailey Marie Poland. Austin Charles Probolski. Anthony Joseph Krubaka. Lisa Anne Marie Riegel. Lindsay Nicole Rice. Carly Ann Rising. Brendan James Rittenauer. Colin Lee Rodick. Madison Grace Rodick. Olivia Paige Ross. Seamus Thomas Ross. Calvin Lawrence Rutledge. Taylor Catherine Sackett. Abigail Marie Sandrock. Brian Allen Sayers. Natalie Elizabeth Shank. Molly Elizabeth Shervell. Jacob Anthony Shackelford. Brandon Owen Smith. Ethan Thomas Sokolowski. David Patrick Soltz. Madison Mackenzie Stout. Connor James Swords. Daniel Joseph Suhay. Dylan Joseph Taylor. Dominic Michael Torak. Nicole Elizabeth Tyrone. Cameron Murray Hanks. Sophia Alice Diaz. Cameron Cole Weber. Rylan Wesley Waits. Brittany Wakefield. Jared Jackson Wallace. Adriana Elizabeth Watkins. Nathan Royal White. Brianna Erin Wilkins. Alexander Michael Williams. Alec Joseph Wood. Isabel Rose Wolf. Kyler J. Yuska. Congratulations